Welcome back, folks, to the Lights Head online video show. This episode of the show is brought to you by the Big Easy. That's right, KeystoneTech.com. Go to KeystoneTech.com. Keep it easy, Greg Eric.
That's right, full line of fixtures, tubes, everything, LED, and the driver in that fixture is Keystones. You know you can get it in the future. You know where to find it. They've got
Beauty.
it. They're a ballast manufacturer to start with. Ballast driver fixture, they've got it all. We do a lot of discussions on our podcast, to get a grip on lighting, this show, everything that we're involved in. And, we're doing a technical series update right now. And a lot of it that Lighthead is working with as well. And one thing that, we're talking controls, but the thing that I haven't really heard as much lately is human centric and the human centric lighting, or whatever the term is we're using now. I know we've come up with different terms over time, but is this just kind of dying down? Like, is it another lighting fad like some of the other stuff, or are we just at a point where we're all lost still, and it's just kind of always going to float there and be around until it might make sense? And I don't know if it ever is going to be like, that's my point about saying might is it ever going to be at the point where it's like, yes, we're doing this?
There's an element of the circadian piece which offends the inclinations of the average human being as it pertains to electric light.
Mhm.
And that is, people want to set the light level to where they want it, and they want to do it with a switch or a dimmer.
Mhm.
And the idea of prescribing, circadian is by its nature prescriptive. Okay? So you don't
Should
get
be.
to have
Or,
any
yes.
choice, really. And so if you go in and you offer someone to the system, you say there's lots of energy savings, and you can tune it with this cool box on the wall. It'll allow you to change the color temperatures, and circadian's a setting on that, but you can also dim it and tune it and do whatever you want with it. And there's different scenes that you can set, in your classroom or whatever you want to do, right? There's something attractive, fundamentally attractive about, offering somebody easy to use lighting controls. Okay, Beulah, that's interesting. And what works like a light switch? Yeah. You can also log into it with your phone and download an app if you want. That's possible too. Oh, okay. That sounds like pretty cool stuff. Maybe we'll try a couple classrooms. So we'll try, the NICU ward or whatever. But going in and saying to people, in the morning the light's going to be this color, in the afternoon it's going to be that color. It's going to track the sun, and it's going to increase and decrease in brightness throughout the day, and you have no control over that. I don't know.
Is it the right thing?
And people are going to say, what are you talking about, circadian? I mean, I just want the dim lights on. I'm trying to look at my screen here. I can't see my screen properly. And they're talking about the effect having to be vertical lighting, like very bright walls. And so is there going to be a glare factor of this? I mean, I think it's great. Like, I have inverted fixtures here that shine up on the ceiling and come down. I love that.
Mhm.
But this idea, we've talked to a couple of people, and they want to brighten up the walls, sort of paint boothy in a kind of way, to where it's like the level of natural daylight or close to it in the room. And I don't think that listen, I've used skylights and sun tunnels in my personal life, and I've seen the effects. No one complains about the brightness level of a sun tunnel or windows. Now, sometimes when they're doing a show with Get a Grip on Lighting, they have to shut the curtain on those windows so the camera can see them properly. But most people don't question the natural light and its level and color and all that.
Right.
But they seem to want to be able to control electric light.
And that's what it feels like to me is like it came out like human centric lighting. We can do this. We should do this. And then it was this big push. And then now it feels like it's not being talked about, but tuning is. And it's almost like do human centric. Okay. Now you know what? Let's just have you play around with the light for a while. Just play around. And then now we're going to see what people actually like. And then we're going to get back into human centric. I wonder That's kind of what it feels like to me. And we're in that play around stage right now where we have lights we can play with. What does it mean? We don't know. But we're going to play with them and maybe something will come of it. Versus before it was just like human centric, do it. And now it's like, I don't know if you should do it, but play around with it, then maybe do it. I could be wrong though too.
There's two other obvious questions. The first question is that we haven't addressed, it just occurred to me, is that have they discovered that it doesn't work?
Yeah, no. I mean, have they discovered that it works? It goes both ways. No,
Yeah.
it's an unknown.
Or yeah, like maybe they just don't know if it works yet.
Yeah. But
Like, oh, we
at
have.
first, what it seemed like it was just like everybody was saying it works, and now it's like play around with it.
Yeah, I like it. The second obvious question is did they, in their studies, in their research, did they come up across any unintended consequences, like that it actually causes harm?
Mhm.
And so people are kind of a little bit reticent to push it too hard because they've discovered that, when they used it in the behavioral health unit, there was a higher rate of psychosis
Right.
or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, every time he had that weird light changing in the room there, the schizophrenic patient went nuts. He thought the lights were spying on him or something.
Right. Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, okay, 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 shh. What happened? Yeah, the people in the behavioral health unit did not like those change in lights. It was tripping off their psychosis or causing some kind of. They thought they were in Bizarro World, and they smashed up the control panel in their room because they thought the lights were messing with them.
Right. Right.
Oh, really? Shiza. Ooh, we thought that we think it was fun, like the sun. But maybe the sun is one thing and electric light is another thing. Like maybe those two things are not the same thing, huh? Maybe,
I would say that's for sure.
right? And so when people
Yeah.
notice that their lights are going all funky like that, they're like, "What the hell's going on with the lights?"
Mhm.
Sit down, boy. This is a circadian stream for you, brother. You're getting hit with the circadian friendly lighting. Just sit there and you get healthy.
Right.
Like maybe that proposition is not an effective sales proposition, or maybe it's just not a good place to start with this
Mhm.
circadian thing, with telling people what's up with their lighting color. Maybe that offends, like I said in the early part, the natural instincts of the naked ape with
Right.
vis-a-vis electric light.
So we should all just play around with our lights for now, and then someday figure it out.
Keep it
Deal.
switch based. Like this side, give them the switch panel on the wall. Go to KeystoneTech.com. That's right. KeyStonetech.com. The big easy, folks.